People often say, why are you doing Santa visits at the library? When I sort of describe this program to people, I do talk about my own personal experience with my children. I couldn't get a Santa photo with my boys. They were both on the spectrum. Taking them into a shopping centre to get a photo with Santa was terrifying for them.
If he's, say, in a shopping centre where there's lights and noises and music and so on, he just goes into sensory overload.
A conventional meeting Santa would be just too hard basket and stressful, and it just wouldn't happen.
We usually have about 24 or 5 families across a weekend. We interview each of the families prior to them coming and find out the children's needs, their interests and everything, so we can tailor the session.
We bring them upstairs and we take them into a sensory room just to give them a moment to settle into the space and feel comfortable.
Initially, Gabriel was quite tentative to enter the room because he saw some photographers and maybe he even got a sneak peek at Santa and was not inclined to want to come in. So we just sat outside the room for several minutes and the staff were really supportive.
Well, what I'd normally do is I don't come on all ho 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 and boisterous.
So it took a few minutes, but Santa asked very pertinent questions, which was perfect for Gabriel.
Generally speaking, if you can get them to giggle, you're halfway there.
By the end of it, they were laughing together and high-fiving each other and the best of friends.
Seeing them start to feel comfortable and realise that it's not such a terrifying experience and then really actually bond with Santa and have that moment is so beautiful. And knowing that they'll have those memories and it might help with next year when they get to come back and do it again.
Some children, I remember who, like first year, were a bit more apprehensive, and then they come in other years and that's like, oh yeah, we've been here before, we know what this is all about, and they're straight into it.
So we just try to stay in the very background, allow the children to interact the best they can with Santa.
Capturing all those little moments and just the whole atmosphere of the sessions for them, so families can go home with usually a couple of 100 photos.
He looks back at the videos and the photos all year, and it gives him an opportunity to have conversations with other people because he can show them the photographs.
It's easier, it's quieter, it's free. They're very good photos.
And we've tried the ones in shopping centres that say they're sensitive, but there's still all the hustle and bustle around, and it's just, you might be able to get an okay photo, but it's not a good experience for them.
You think about mum and dad and, you know, they really just want to get that photo. They want to have what every other family experiences as well.
I think that we all want to be able to give people something at Christmas that they couldn't get anywhere else, and this experience is really that.
This has changed Elias's life in terms of giving him the opportunity to do something that every other child takes for granted and every other family takes for granted.
The library ideally I think should be whatever the community needs it to be.
When I was going to become a librarian, I thought I would be hanging out in an archive, a dusty archive, binding books.
It makes all the sense in the world that we do this because library is about accessibility and we're about inclusion.
We are quiet, we're controlled, we're more sensory friendly, we're open to everybody, we're a non-judgmental environment.
We'll talk about this for weeks, years, months.
This is just something they'll remember forever.
Elias spends the entire year honing his list for Santa. It is the highlight of our year.
Just makes a very stressful experience, dearie, really easy. We usually don't cry when we come, but but we are today, aren't we, love?
Christmas is just such a neurotypical friendly time of year, but for autistic people it's not. But this specific space is. So we can do Christmas a little bit.
Thank you so much.
Magic happens in that room, and the magic happens for us as well, so yeah.
I'm tired by Christmas Eve. After I finish my duties there, I have a good sleep in on Christmas Day. It's a wonderful thing that I've been able to find myself doing.